So welcome to Jumbo IS and welcome to our lecture series called Daily MCQ Practice. In this lecture series, we cover a particular day's current affairs through a set of 4 to 5 MCQs. The idea behind this lecture series is very simple. We want you to revise your current affairs because current affairs form a very important portion for your prelims examination. Around 40 to 50% of the MCQs asked in prelims examination are directly or indirectly related to current affairs. Therefore, you cannot choose to ignore this topic. And what better way to cover current affairs or revise current affairs for prelims examination than by getting the much needed MCQ practice? It is very important and very critical. Now, if you will make this lecture series a part of your daily routine, then you'll be covering 4 to 5 MCQs on a daily basis. And these would add up to more than 1200 MCQs from the topic of current affairs alone. Okay, and 1200 MCQs from just current affairs are more than sufficient. You won't have to worry about your current affairs portion while appearing for your prelims examination. So needless to say, make this lecture series a part of your daily routine, a daily habit of yours. All right, enough of the introduction. Let's straight away jump into the lecture, starting with question number 1. Consider the following statements regarding classical Tamil poet Kambar. He was a 12th century Tamil poet who was given the royal title of Kavi Chakravarti by the Pandyan kingdom. He wrote Ramavataram, which was a Tamil adaptation of Tulsidasa's Ramcharitmanas. Kamba Ramayana, authored by Kambar, was initially composed in Sanskrit but later translated to Tamil. How many of the above statements are correct? Now look, recently Ministry of Culture basically decided to hold a week-long festival to honor Kamba Ramayana. Now, Kamba Ramayana was written by Kambar. He was a famous Tamil poet who lived during the reign of Chola kingdom in 12th century CE. Okay. Now, Kamba Ramayana, which is also known as Ramavataram, was written in classical Tamil. Okay. Now, Kambar was a 12th century Tamil poet who wrote in classical Tamil. He also wrote Kamba Ramayana, which is also known as Ramavataram, and he has also written other works. He has also composed other poetry. Okay. And because of his excellent poetry in Tamil language, in classical Tamil language, he was given the title or recognition of Kavi Chakravarti, which means Emperor of Poets. Now, this recognition was given to him by Chola kingdom, not Pandyan kingdom, because he lived under Cholas. Okay, so everything about statement number 1 would have been correct if instead of Pandyan, you would have written, or it would have written, the question framers would have written Chola. Okay, so he was a 12th century Tamil poet who was given the royal title of Kavi Chakravarti by the Chola kingdom. So statement 1 is incorrect. Now, he wrote Ramavataram, which is also known as Kamba Ramayana, which was Tamil adaptation of Tulsidasa's Ramcharitmanas. No, it was actually the Tamil adaptation of Valmiki's Ramayana. Okay, not Tulsidasa's Ramcharitmanas, because Tulsidasa's Ramcharitmanas was not even composed during 12th century. It was basically adaptation of Sanskrit Ramayana, Valmiki's Ramayana. Okay, so this statement is also false. Now, Kamba Ramayana, also Ramavataram, authored by Kambar, was initially composed in Sanskrit. No, it was composed from the very beginning in classical Tamil. So this statement is also false. No statement is correct. Okay? Alright. The answer is D. Question number 2. Consider the following statements regarding white hydrogen. It is a naturally occurring form of hydrogen found in the Earth's crust. It is formed by interaction between water and iron-rich minerals like olivine under high pressure and temperature. Hydrogen is a form of clean fuel but has lower energy density per mass than fossil fuels. Okay, so the thing is that we all are looking for alternatives to fossil fuels for energy. Okay, people talk about renewable energy, solar, wind. There is another candidate, okay, and that is hydrogen gas. Now, when we burn fossil fuels, we definitely produce energy, but we also produce all sorts of byproducts. And some of those byproducts cause air pollution because it releases toxic gases, okay, polluting gases. And it also releases greenhouse gases which cause global warming. That is why many environmental activists are asking for phasing out fossil fuels. But if you have to phase out fossil fuels, you have to look for alternatives. Now, hydrogen is the most suitable candidate for that, because if you burn hydrogen, it also produces energy. but it doesn't cause air pollution or doesn't emit greenhouse gases. It emits water vapor. That's it. So it's a clean fuel. Okay. Now, where to get this much amount of hydrogen? Where to get this supply of hydrogen for fuel? Our fuel requirements. Now, there are various ways. One way is that if you split water molecule or water through electrolysis, it produces hydrogen and oxygen. Okay. Now, if you use renewable energy for electrolysis, okay, because basically you need electricity for this electrolysis. If you use renewable energy for this, you will produce hydrogen, and this production of hydrogen, this production process of hydrogen won't emit any greenhouse gases, right? So this form of hydrogen is known as green hydrogen. There is another way of producing hydrogen, but that is not from water molecule. That is from natural gas, basically methane. Okay. Now, under this process, when you produce hydrogen, it produces hydrogen, no doubt, but it also emits greenhouse gases. Now, hydrogen produced through this method is called gray hydrogen. Okay. Now, if through natural gas you're producing hydrogen, but you're capturing carbon dioxide or greenhouse gases, if you're not letting it escape into the atmosphere, you're capturing it and storing it, then same hydrogen would be called blue hydrogen. Okay. So, if you really want to use hydrogen as a fuel so that no greenhouse gases are emitted, well, then green hydrogen is the way to go. There is another way. You see, hydrogen is formed under the Earth's crust, inside the Earth's crust, underground, naturally. You don't have to do electrolysis or gray hydrogen or blue hydrogen. It is formed naturally. And the hydrogen found in the Earth's crust that is produced naturally is known as white hydrogen. Okay. Now, there is no production process required for this. Therefore, no greenhouse gases are emitted. You just use this hydrogen to burn it, produce energy, and water vapor is released in the end. So, it's a clean source of fuel. So, white hydrogen is a naturally occurring form of hydrogen found in Earth's crust. Absolutely correct. Now, how is it formed? Well, it takes a long process. It's a long process, basically. When water inside the Earth's crust interacts with iron-rich minerals like olivine, it produces hydrogen. Okay. But the condition for this reaction to happen is that high pressure and high temperature should be applied. And high pressure and high temperature is found inside Earth's crust. Okay, so hydrogen is formed naturally by this chemical reaction. So this is also correct. Now, the best part about hydrogen and the reason why it is being suggested as an alternative to fossil fuels is that it has high energy energy density per mass. That means less mass of hydrogen would produce more energy as compared to fossil fuels. Simply put, 1 kg of fossil fuel and 1 kg of hydrogen, if you burn them together, 1 kg of hydrogen would produce more energy than 1 kg of fossil fuel. Okay, so hydrogen is a form of clean fuel but has lower energy intensity? No, higher energy intensity. All right, and for that reason, third statement is false. Only 1 and 2 are correct. The answer is A. Question number 3. Consider the following statements regarding Zomi tribe. It is a scheduled tribe under Schedule 6 of the Indian Constitution. It belongs to the Chin-Kuki Mizo-ethnic group and speaks Austroasiatic family of languages. They are inhabitants of Manipur, Nagaland, Myanmar, and Bangladesh. Which of the above statements are correct? Now look, Zomi tribe is a tribe in northeast India. Okay, and it belongs to Chin-Kuki Mizo-ethnic group. So Chin-Kuki Mizo-ethnic group has many tribes. Zomi tribe is one of them. Okay. Now in India, Zomi tribe has been given the status of a scheduled tribe under Schedule 6 of the Indian Constitution. This is absolutely correct. It belongs to Chin-Kuki Mizo-ethnic group and speaks Austroasiatic family of languages. No. It speaks Tibeto-Burman family of languages. You see, there are many languages spoken in India. Many languages. All these languages can be grouped into 4 families. Number 1 is Indo-Aryan family of languages. Okay, so Hindi, Punjabi, Gujarati, Bengali, okay, Marathi, they all belong to Indo-Aryan family of languages. Kashmiri. Second is Dravidian. So Malayalam, Tamil, Telugu, all these belong to Kannada, all these belong to Dravidian family. Then the tribes of central India like Jharkhand, Odisha, Chhattisgarh, they speak a particular form of language which is known as Austroasiatic tongue or Austroasiatic family. And the tribes of Northeast speak Tibeto-Burman family of languages. Okay, so second statement is incorrect because Austroasiatic was written over here. Now, Zomi tribes are, or the people who belong to this tribe are inhabitants of Manipur, Nagaland, Assam, Myanmar, and Chittagong district of Bangladesh. Only one portion of Bangladesh, that is Chittagong Hill Tract. Okay, so this is correct. Only 1 and 3 are correct. The answer is C. And last, but definitely not the least, which of the following statements are correct regarding Wooler Lake? It is the largest freshwater lake in India formed by Chenab River and found in Jammu and Kashmir. It was declared a wetland of international importance under Ramsar Convention in 1990. It lies on the Central Asian Flyway and thus is home to many migratory water birds. Okay. So, about Wooler Lake. So, Wooler Lake is the largest freshwater lake in India. Largest. Remember this fact. It is the largest freshwater lake in India and it is formed naturally. And the water supplied to this lake is supplied by Jhelum River. So, it is formed by Jhelum River, not Chenab River. And it is found in Kashmir Valley, basically in Bandipur district of Kashmir, which is around 50 kilometers away from Srinagar. Okay, so it is the largest freshwater lake in India, but not formed by Chenab River, formed by Jhelum River. Okay, so first statement is false. Now, it is the largest freshwater lake of India and it is a wetland also. Okay, now, as per the International Convention on Wetlands called Ramsar Convention, well, you will create a list of wetlands of international importance all over the world, okay, and protect and preserve them under Ramsar Convention, which is an international convention for protection of wetlands. Now, this Wooler Lake was declared a wetland of international importance under Ramsar Convention in 1990. So this part is correct. Okay. Now, wetlands are generally famous for migratory birds. Okay. And Wooler Lake lies on the Central Asian Flyway. Now, what is Central Asian Flyway? Many birds from the Arctic region and the Central Asian region during winter months migrate southwards. Okay, southwards towards the southern hemisphere. Okay, now this entire path that these birds traverse from north to south, okay, from northern hemisphere to southern hemisphere is known as Central Asian Flyway. Now, throughout this path, these birds stop at various points at this Central Asian Flyway. Now, Wooler Lake is one such stoppage point. Therefore, at Wooler Lake, you'll find many migratory birds that have come from Central Asia, from Arctic region. So it is home to many migratory water birds. So this part is absolutely correct. And because of that, the answer to this question is 2 and 3 only, B. And that would be all. With that, we conclude today's session. Thank you so much for watching this session, guys, and I'm sure it has added value to your preparation. But it would add more value if you spend another 5 to 10 minutes revising this lecture. And by revision, I mean taking a brief look at the written detailed solutions to each and every MCQ discussed above. Now, these solutions are available in our notes, and these notes are available on our Telegram channel. Now, where can you find our Telegram channel? Well, just below this video, in the comment section, you'll find a link. Just click on that link. It will take you to our Telegram channel, and from there, you can download the notes for this lecture and do the necessary revision. That would be all from my side, guys. I'll be signing off with the promise of seeing you again with another set of MCQs. Thank you so much, everyone.